Hello guys, October 1st is here, so that means it's time for the next chapter in our EOS vs Ethereum DApps series, where we take a look at the DApps and see what DApps are increasing, what DApps are decreasing, and compare them to what we saw on September 1st, just 1 month ago. So for comparison, I will be using my article with the screenshots here of both EOS and ETH DAPPs on September 1st. This is from Tribe. If you're not on Tribe yet, there will be a link in the description where you can get 100 tokens free just for signing up. And you also get tokens every day just for logging on, and you get tokens for rating articles, etc. It's very much like Steemit, but on EOS. So starting off here, EOS DAPPs, October 1st, 2018, 1 month since our last look in. And starting off, last month we had 24 EOS DAPPs listed on DApp Radar, and today, October 1st, we have to scroll to a second page and we see 75 DAPPs. So we're up over 50 DAPPs since 1 month ago on September 1st. And if we look at what's at the top here and compare to what we saw in September, PRA Candy Box is leading the way with users over 24 hours being 5,274. Bet Dice with 1,805 users, and EOS Nights with 1,716 users over the last 24 hours. 24-hour volume. Not much has changed here, with EOS Bet still being in the top spot. Almost 1 million EOS in 24-hour volume. Nudex coming in at the second spot. Nudex is an exchange with 135,000 EOS volume. And EOS.win, which is another dice game, with just over 100,000 EOS in volume. And looking at transactions over the last 24 hours, this is where we will compare it to transactions over the last 24 hours for September. So let me add that in here. Alright, so transactions over the last 24 hours currently, EOS Bet, we saw the same thing last month on September 1st. This month we're seeing 377,204 transactions over the last 24 hours. Last month we saw 208,522 transactions over the last 24 hours. In the two spot here, currently on October 1st, we have Bet Dice with 135,307 transactions. Last month we had EOS Nights with 61,993 transactions. And in the third spot, currently we have EOS Nights with 74,981. In the third spot, 1 month ago on September 1st, we had 28,327. So two of the top three are still the same here with EOS Bet and EOS Nights. EOS Bet is still in the #1 spot in terms of transactions over the last 24 hours. You know, with these dice games, they are going to be the transaction king just because it's so easy to send transaction after transaction after transaction. Those who play religiously, you know, it takes a second to roll a dice, and then, you know, a second later you can roll again. And that's what we're seeing, but we're seeing almost double. Not quite there, but 377,000 versus 208,000 just a month ago. EOS Nights, which was in the two spot, 61,000, is also up 74,981. And we're seeing another dice game, Bet Dice, with 135,000. But if you just look at the top transactions here, first 12 or 15, whatever this number is in terms of DApps, we saw 100,000, 61,000, 28,000, 11,000, 10,000, 7,000, 1,000. We're seeing a lot bigger 24-hour volumes now with 377,000, 135,000, 74,000, 27,000, 14,000, 14,000, 11,000. So over 10,000, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DApps over 10,000 24-hour transactions. Whereas 1 month ago, we just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 10,000. So that is increasing. And you can see there was a big drop off just a month ago, and we got some less than 1,000, where you got to scroll a long way now to find less than 1,000 in transaction volume. Definitely a lot more transactions currently on the EOS network than what we saw just 1 month ago. Now, as far as what's coming into play with users over the last 24 hours, we're seeing a big surge in these pixel games. Pixel Master, Pixel Fun, Pixel Master 2 here. So these pixel games are really taking off in terms of users as well as volumes here. They're definitely the new hot thing on EOS. And if you haven't checked these out yet, I will leave links to these in the description. It's a way to earn passive income off of EOS. It's a pixel game where you draw in pixels, and every time someone draws a pixel after you, you earn EOS. Every time someone draws over your pixel, you earn EOS. If we just look at the frequently asked questions, these are all the same. All three of these are very, very similar. How are contract proceeds distributed? 55% allocated to patron bonuses. So this is those who draw after you. 55% of what the person who draws a pixel after you pays, 55% of that is distributed to everyone who has drawn before them. 10% allocated to last pixel pot. And this is every time someone draws a pixel, the timer gets reset to 24 hours. If no one draws a pixel for 24 hours, this canvas is done, and whoever was the one to draw that last pixel will get that last pixel pot. 8% paid as referral reward, 20% to developer team, and 7% to RAM. So if we look up here, here's the countdown. Every single time someone draws a pixel, this gets reset to 24 hours. And you can see the pot's really big. So if you are the last person to draw a pixel, you'll currently get 4,264 EOS. So basically, a lot of the action happens here in the center, but you can draw anywhere. I have some drawn in this heart, not much, just a little bit to play around with. And you can collect your dividends off of it from when someone draws after you, when someone draws over you. You can come up here, and when you're connected with Scatter, claim your dividends off of it whenever you want. So we're seeing a big surge in those on the EOS network. It's a fun little thing to play with if you got some extra EOS to play around with and you want to earn some EOS passive income off of it. So again, I'll leave links to those in the description below if you want to check them out. But now let's take a look at the Ethereum DApps and compare versus what we saw last month here. So the top Ethereum DApps, we have 333 ETH, which is a high risk. I'm assuming this is like proof of weak hands or something like that. Usually these high risk are that same model on ETH. We're seeing almost 2,000 users, 1,949. IDEX and Exchange coming in the 2 spot, 1,375, and Fork Delta 759, another exchange. 24-hour volumes, 3,245 ETH in IDEX. ETH Roll, which is gambling, I'm assuming a dice game, 1,787 ETH, and Easy Invest, which is, I believe, another one of those proof of weak hand pyramids, whatever you want to call them, with 1,042 ETH. And looking at 24-hour transactions on ETH, here is where we will compare it to last month. Alright, so we still have IDEX in the #1 spot. This month it is seeing 10,537 24-hour transactions. Last month it was at 15,605, so down a good chunk there. 5,000 transactions less this month than the month before. CryptoKitties was in the 2 spot with 9,987 last month. CryptoKitties is now in the 3 spot with 5,120. Again, a big drop in 24-hour transactions. We were almost 10,000 last month. We are just above 5,000 this month. So in the 2 spot, we have Dice to Win, which was in the 3 spot previously with 8,852. This month, 5,261. So all of these ETH DApps in the top 3 spots by 24-hour transaction volumes are down drastically compared to last month. So the ETH DApps are definitely taking a step back in terms of 24-hour transaction volumes. And let's just compare users here as well. IDEX, 1,375 over the last 24. IDEX was at 1,900, so a big drop in 24-hour users. CryptoKitties was at 406. They're now at 370, so another drop. And Dice to Win at 98. Dice to Win at 69, so another drop. So definitely the exact opposite from what we're seeing with EOS. Ethereum DApps from last month all are seeing major drops, where EOS is definitely in the opposite direction, seeing growth for sure. So this is why I did this series, and will continue to do this series at the first of every month. You know, this is exactly what I was expecting. If EOS DApps to continue to grow, ETH DApps to take a step back, but To say that I was expecting this big of a drop in terms of users and 24-hour transaction volume, I'd be lying to you if I said that, but I was definitely expecting a drop. This is just a lot more drastic than I thought. ETH is really taking a whacking in terms of its dApps for sure. I will be doing a write-up with screenshots of the dApps and putting it onto Tribe. So again, if you're not on Tribe, you can get a 100 token bonus just for signing up, and then you can get bonus tokens every day just for logging on, and you get tokens for rating articles and writing articles as well. People upvote your article, you get tokens as well. Definitely jump on Tribe if you're not already. I'm really enjoying the platform a lot more than Steam it. So anyways, that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you do have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, this series, make sure to drop a like on it. I will continue to do these every month just for my own reference and anyone in the community who cares. It's going to be a good tool to be able to go back every month and look and see the change in the dApps and what's really happening with EOS DAPPs versus ETH DAPPs. So that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, stay living that crypto money life.